on, Deco. I don't know what you're gonna do, but I know you're gonna do something. And welcome back to Fate Solar Shadow Campaign 2, Session 7. Fuck. Welcome back to Fate Solar Shadow Campaign 2, Session 70. We're gonna move us over to Solar Shadow. Wonk! Which lucky soul gets to recap last game? It's Buddy!
Oh, yes! No!
Oh,
okay. No, I give up. Never mind. No, I'm gonna use up my 2 minutes talking about bananas. I really like bananas.
Bananas are
great.
Also grapes. Grapes are great.
Grapes are great.
Amazing.
Okay, we can get back together now.
Okay, that's all that happened last game, I think.
But what about pomegranates?
They don't exist.
We kind of found out some stuff
Okay.
from our secret ghost sister.
Slash great aunt.
Okay.
I'll try to be brief. Our dad, Quantavius, is housing a millennia-old fire demon, and he is some sort of flesh homunculus that was constructed for the sole purpose of doing so. And because we're his kids, we have kind of a connection to that demon that will eventually consume our immortal souls and kind of take possession of our afterlife unless we can stop it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Do you need a drink? Are you good?
Honestly, there have been like 50 crazy things happening tonight. I'm just kind of numb to it a little bit. I think I might be in shock, honestly.
Oh. Oh my god.
I'll give you, bitch.
But I think we finally have a reason to win this war.
I just realized I have a fucking amazing thing to say up my sleeves from now on. Fucking, why'd you gotta be such a Bo Peep about this?
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Thanks, Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that movie yet. I need to though.
It's very good.
It's very, very good.
I thought the whole dad ending the world thing was pretty bad, but wow.
Yeah.
We really have a motley crew here, don't we?
I hope more than anything that this wish could help us. I don't want Isla to be enslaved by Akuma.
Am I the last to know? It
Does
sounded like
Malaprops know?
I don't know shit.
Perhaps a bad time to bring this up, but there never seems to be a good time to bring this up.
yeah, you know, fuck it, do it.
So at the party, when I went off with Gladys, you seemed very upset with me.
I wasn't mad at you. Ugh. I mean, I'm mad about it now because it just seems like she was trying to paint that I was mad about it when I wasn't. That wasn't the emotion that I was feeling at the time. I mean, I was happy for you. That's why I didn't say anything about it. Because, you know, she asked me if, like, we had something going on, and I told her the truth.
But blushes. And what did you tell her?
No. I didn't want to get in the way of anything, obviously. And you guys hit it off. I mean, natural chemistry. You should know all about that since you make the potions and stuff.
Yeah.
They're the same thing, you see.
Diane doesn't know. I feel like she looks at him making potions and goes, "That's nice."
She thinks the term natural chemistry refers to, like, they have similar hormone levels.
I'm sorry, I just feel like I've gotten some mixed signals and I wanted to clear the air.
No.
And...
I mean, I wasn't feeling, like, super content about it. It was weird. Because at first, like, your attention was nice, but like in a, oh, I've got this kid wrapped around my finger, I feel so much better about myself. And then it was like, oh, I'm just being a terrible person. And now it's like, I don't know, I felt so weird.
Yeah, it was an interesting night.
So, did you get her address or something? Are you gonna write her?
Diane, you saw her die.
Did I?
Yeah.
You super saw it die, man.
Very much so.
Well, I didn't know.
Yes, you do.
I got her, like, addressed. You never addressed like the singer. Never mind. I would have never said that if I saw her fucking die.
I figured that's why I brought it up.
If you don't mind, Izzy.
Did you get her address? Do you know what graveyard they're gonna bury her pieces in?
No! No, not
See, this is
even!
why I'm getting confused.
Wow.
Okay. I'm so sorry about what happened, Ian. I know you didn't know her for very long, but losing anyone like that.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had gotten the chance to know her better. She seemed really nice. It's hard to properly grieve for someone you barely know, but it is a messed up feeling.
Yeah. I can't say I necessarily know what that's like.
It's not great.
Watching a demon bird take off with them after he saved you from a black hole.
Shut up, Malaclips. You're fucking schmoozing with Suzume right now. Get out of here. But, I'm not mad about any. I'm happy for you, as I've said before, just, I don't know. It's weird. It's Do you mind?
Alright, well, do you
Sorry, I
think
thought
there's
you were a
chance?
virgin. Ah.
Like, that kind of breaks the tension a little bit, and Ian just like...
Stop laughing! It's not funny!
1 sec, I gotta take a drink of something. What?
Stop it! Well, I feel bad.
With the amount of times Island jokes about it, like,
Well, she never told me she wasn't joking. I don't...
He's like looking off into like he's like staring up for a second, like, I've never actually, is she joking?
You'll never know.
Okay, that's a whole other thing I'll circle back to later.
But, it just felt shitty to do that. I know I treated you like a kid for a while, and I am sorry. You just are very nice. And I used to mistake that for naivety.
Thank you. And in fairness to you, we met when I was like 18?
Yeah. Man, I remember first walking into your bedroom, and that look you gave me.
He like blushes with embarrassment, like, wow, I was stupid like 4 years ago. And my first instinct was to hit on you.
It was certainly a time. I don't think I've ever encountered something like that before. At least that immediate.
It's fair. But yeah, do you think there's... You seem confused about it, but do you think you might feel similarly?
What?
You know, that's fair. I'm mumbling and rambling.
Hashtag get her.
Do you think there's a chance that you might like me that way?
I'm gonna go now.
You bitch! You asshole.
I don't fucking know.
That's fair. I'm sorry.
I just realized that I wasn't the problem in my whole fucking relationship. And so that's changed my complete outlook on anything romantic. I certainly care about you a great deal, but it's scary. Okay, I'll tell you that much. This whole time I thought that maybe I was the one who did something wrong, and then to find out that the person was a complete ass the entire time. I mean, it's something that gives me hope, but I manipulated you for a pretty big part of the beginning of our friendship. You do remember that?
I mean, yes and no. Like, it's not like you ever made me do anything terrible. You just kind of teased me a little bit.
I certainly thought about it, but just, I'll get back to you on that, if that's okay.
I know I am a rambling mess, but you kind of get where I'm at, right?
Just raises an eyebrow. I don't.
He's like, ah, crap, I gotta say it.
Yes, you do, you fucking nerd.
Like, obviously, I've never actually said it, but yeah, I like you. romantically.
Okay.
Staring at the floor like, man, I've never really looked at my shoes before.
Diane's like at the door studying her heels as well. Like, are these the Louis Vuittons? I can't remember.
Wait, no, I'm wrong. I'm wearing boots. They're not shoes. That's right.
All right.
That makes sense.
There's not a giant fucking cool bird waiting to fight everybody. That's ridiculous. All right.
Want to talk to fucking Sonar Archer, bitch? Come.
Do you? All right.
Yeah. Don't do that.
I thought you would be busy.
I need to go and confess my love now.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. Is it to Suzume?
No, it's to Piccolo.
For a second, I forgot the dog was Piccolo. And I was just like, you walk into the other room, he sits there floating above the ground meditating, his cape fluttering in the wind, his green skin shining radiantly under the light.
Cursed timeline.
Hashtag fucking green dad, man. Hashtag pickle dad. Isla, you want the floor? Then you've got the floor. Call me crazy. I thought you were going to be busy, but if you want to do something, then...
How dare? Yeah.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Get him! Hey. Hi, Sorsha.
As you enter into the room, she looks up. At this point, she's back in her casual outfit at this point. She appears to have changed out of or dispelled her summoned clothing, so she's wearing her coat and whatnot. She looks up towards you, just regards you, and looks back towards the adjacent space on the other side of the table.
Hey, so I wanted to apologize for the whole shushing you, making you leave the room thing.
She puts the malt down, and she lowers her head towards you. Currently, I'm acting as your servant, by proxy. I didn't take that to be personal.
Okay, that's good to know. Just because that was a whole thing, and it felt very rude, and I'm sorry.
You wanted your privacy, and though I didn't understand why and why you didn't want to hear out my orders, it is your right to refuse to refuse my entrance, and it is your right to tell me to leave.
Yeah, but like the way that we did it was very rude, and yeah.
Oh yes, now that I put together that you were pulling a prank on your friend, I have some concerns regarding your conduct with your allies, but that's besides the point. Might I remind you that we're currently on our way to try to kill what I have taken to be a demon lord.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, I know the war's serious. It's just, me and David do stupid stuff, and me and Ian do stupid stuff. Like, we pull pranks on each other all the time. It's just kind of how we all interact with each other. It's not a bad thing, I don't think.
No, I guess not.
Sorry if our conduct upsets you, but I'm not gonna lie, we're probably gonna keep acting the same way, and I'd really appreciate it if you didn't almost kill us when we do it.
It's no wonder that that servant was drawn to you then. The servant that you currently have with you, their attitude would probably encourage this.
Suzume?
Yes.
What do you know about Suzume?
The aura that she carries about her. I didn't live in the same time as her, and I don't know much about her, but there's certain things about the way she fights and the way that she moves, and the way that she looks at me that makes it clear that she knows who I am. She knows where I'm from, and given her conduct, she's trained in a similar style of swordsmanship that I am, and in theory, should obey the same codes that I do, but she doesn't. For somebody like her and somebody like me, obeying that code, or not obeying that code, defines if you call yourself a part of society. Some might even say it defines you as a human. She has no values. It's hard to tolerate somebody like that.
I feel like she probably has some values, she just doesn't show them. I can understand that.
Well, you're in a position where you're acting as my master, so you can be as depraved as you want, and I'll continue to follow you. The world has changed a lot since I was alive, and I don't want to impose my way of thinking on it.
You can think and act whatever way you want. Like, no one's gonna judge you for that. It's just if you start attacking people that we care about, then that's kind of a no-go.
She gives you an actually kind of aggressive look. Did I at some point insinuate that I was going to attack somebody you cared about?
You mean I care about David?
Should they open? Right. That was unbecoming. She puts the malt down and hits the ground immediately. I apologize.
I love her!
I realize that was completely uncalled for.
I mean, it's okay. It ended up being pretty funny.
It's not.
Actually.
You're my superior currently, and I acted in an incredibly unbecoming way. If you want to dismiss me, I understand.
If you want me to kill myself, I will do so.
Pulls out sword.
Oh,
I'm ready.
oh my god, no.
No, it was funny, like, because you didn't hurt him, but, like, if it ended up being worse than it was, then we would have had a problem, is all I'm saying.
Funny? The dealings of a relationship between a man and a woman should never be reduced to being humorous.
I mean, I think it's kind of important for both of you to make each other laugh. I mean,
Times have changed.
yeah, like, being around each other and being happy. I mean, I would assume that laughing is part of that.
Well, being happy, absolutely. Even in my time, I lived a life that was very different from most women. I apologize, I'm probably not able to understand this.
It's okay. I'd like to know more about your way of thinking.
I believe in respect and diligence. I believe that your relationship with those around you, especially your allies, should be professional. I believe that acting that way leads to victory. And I believe that the purest form of love is being willing to sacrifice for somebody else.
Get out of my face, buddy.
I know. I believe that to be in love means to take the other person completely seriously at all times. To understand that anything that they say they mean, that whatever they say they will do is already done.
Yeah, I'm not in love like that. I definitely respect all of my allies, and definitely David. And yeah, I'd make all kinds of sacrifices for him, but I am in no way professional in any way.
That's fairly obvious. You don't need to tell me that. It's clear that the lot of you don't intend to see through any military careers after this.
Yeah. I mean, our involvement in the war isn't because we want to be at war. It's because we need to be. Things that we care about are at risk. Okay, well, it's good talking.
That's rather the point of all war, though.
Yeah.
I had considered having her reach out with an ability that she has to you that she can grant to her masters. But you're incompatible.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Hear that, Logan? We're incompatible.
Hashtag wrong.
Oh, that just makes my timeline better, frankly. And you're also the only possible person that she would extend that skill to in the party currently that meets the criteria, because she wouldn't give it to Ian for reasons.
Oh.
So
I know the reason. It's a penis.
it's. I think I'm simultaneously too reserved for this era and too blunt for this era, which is vexing, but everybody's core values have changed.
We don't have any problem with people being blunt.
I envy what you and your group has. Your camaraderie is fantastic. I might be talking out of a place of jealousy when I judge it, but understand that I do not think that you should correct things to the way I see them. That's just the way I see them.
Okay.
And I can't stand seeing a man take love lightly.
I don't think that he is. And if he is, I'll just stab him with my big sword. Don't worry about it.
Do that. That is the correct answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If he's pledged himself to you, if he's pledged himself to you, if he pledged himself to you and he makes a joke out of your feelings, then he's forfeited his life to you.
I like that. I like that way of thinking.
Logan, I updated my deity.
Who's your deity?
Is it Sun Archer? Because it should be.
It should fucking be.
Jesus! Anyways, you need to rest. You're human for the most part.
I'll go inform David that if he's an asshole, he owes me his life.
Can I ask you a question? Whenever we were fighting before, I had to heal your brother. My ability to heal, without going into too much detail, comes from learning certain holy scriptures and learning certain divine teachings, and whenever I tried to heal him, well, I did heal him, I detected something dark inside of him. I assume that you share it as well. Are you aware of it, and is it a problem? That's all I care about.
We're aware of it, yeah. And it's not a problem, but it's enough of a problem that we are trying to get rid of it.
I once had to deal with something similar. Well, not the same nature as yours, but I once had to cast something out of myself. Something that was so hate-filled that it became a presence all on its own that I had to slay for the good of people around me.
How did you do that?
By slaying it. Feelings that were inside of me. A reaction to a particular event festered for a number of years after my career had ended. And eventually, so much resentment built up inside of me that it took on the form of an actual demon, which I cast out of my body. It was powerful enough that it rampaged across the countryside. So I tracked it down and I killed it. Problems are rarely so simple.
Yeah.
But I hope that you two free yourselves.
Anyway. Good talk. I'ma go now.
She like puts her finger up and then just like points at you like, yes, good talk.
Gonna walk, like, fucking knock, looking in the door.
Hello?
What do you do to piss her off?
I mean, was she pissed off?
I mean, I don't know. She looked all flustered and pissed off.
Ah, shit.
What did you do?
I told her I love.
Dude, really?
I mean, not well, but yes.
We all like, I like really like you.
I mean, you're not far off. You missed the part where I stared at my boots for a while.
Oh, I was super smooth with the whole David thing. So you're just a nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. Is the thing.
Fucking ask David. It was smooth as shit.
Yes. Famously honest David. I'm sure he'll give me an honest and straight answer.
Of course he will.
Fucking cut back to Sun Archer just sitting in the room being like, what a well-oiled machine this team is.
You want another malt?
Yeah. No.
You want another malt?
No.
You want another malt?
Yes.
She's so cute!
Oh, it's amazing. But, yeah, I would say probably didn't go as well as your night.
Anyway, so you can, like, deal with that whole thing whatever way you want. It's probably going to be real awkward for a bit.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, good luck. Hey, since you're probably going to be awake all night running this through your head, you want to make some potions for me?
Yeah,
You're not making me
sure.
potions. Get out of here.
Make me healing potions, Izzy.
Can you pay for them?
Yes, I have lots of pennies.
Cool.
I just opened your thing, Isla. I love this one note for some reason. Just, Briar will be looking for Ian and Isla in Biasca on the 29th. And then just in parentheses, we missed him.
We missed him. I didn't want to let myself forget that we missed Briar. Get out of my notes, you bitch. So I owe you 6 G's.
Yes.
Here you go.
Okay.
Take my fat stacks. Except there's no paper. Except that there's no paper currency in this particular part of the world at this time. So have a bunch of coins!
Oh, she! It's like really fucking loud.
Wave of
really
coins.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna like thanks for making potions and stuff and helping me out. Very quick hug.
No problem. I'm glad it seems to be working out.
I'm about to see how well it's gonna work out, if you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go.
Ew. Later.
And then I'm gonna go back to Isla's room.
Oh, my screen's doing a thing. Anyway, so you're going back to your room?
Yeah. Can I, like, see David through the hole? Are you asleep?
David, sleep. You kept him waiting for a fucking hour.
Shut up!
Yeah, no, I was gonna point out, just because I want to be a butthole, that I told you had an hour of downtime, and I've been timing your conversations, and yeah, you've effectively got about 8 minutes before if you do anything
David,
else.
wake up for a quickie.
I got
David.
this.
He won't last
I got
long
this.
anyway.
Oh!
Yeah, he's sleeping.
Okay.
He had nothing to do. He
Literally.
wanted to sleep.
Why didn't you come hang out, man? What the fuck? I'm kidding.
All right.
So if you're asleep, she's gonna like fucking come into your room and be like, boop.
No.
Punches her in the face.
Yes.
Hey, were you asleep?
No.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Shit, I lied. You sort of
okay.
wandered off on your own, and
Yep.
I didn't know how long you were gonna be on. So after a bit of waiting, I was like, yeah, she's probably, I don't know, off somewhere. So I just decided to sleep.
I'm like also real tired and kind of want to go to sleep, but I didn't know if I should go to sleep in the bed that's over there, points through the hole, or over here, and I didn't know what. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
David will just like scooch over. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness!
Okay.
All right.
Awkwardly gets in.
There you go.
Dude, she's like laying in the bed the way that you lay in a bed at like a mattress store. Like really fucking awkward. Yeah.
A fucking
Yes.
plank.
Yes, this is totally how I lay in my bed at home. This is a good indication of how this feels.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
This is
I like-
just,
I like-
just to test the comfiness.
I like the Family Guy version of that joke where he gets into the bed and then it's just like 1 second, I gotta get like down to my underwear. All right, 1 sec. I need to get my respirator on. I have trouble breathing. I need to get my respirator on. All right, cool. And oh yeah, and every night before I go to sleep, I just eat like a huge bowl of grapes. So one sec as I just it was blueberries. I'm just gonna shovel these blueberries,
Oh.
like shoveling them into the respirator, blueberry juice streaming down his face
Oh,
onto the
God.
bed. And then he's like,
So
"Yep,
funny.
I think we'll take it." And they're like, "Oh, cool. Should we back?"
You know,
Oh
I
shit!
don't think this is the bed for me.
And then like it's like covered in blueberry juice, and she's like, "Cool. Do you want me to get a truck too?" And you're on your phone. You're buying it online, aren't you? Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Amazon ships it.
This one's covered in blueberry juice.
It's like Amazon ships it right to your house.
So what? This one is covered in blueberry juice.
But
That's gross.
returning.
Oh my god, it's covered in bean juice.
All right.
Ah!
Me ripping off Family Guy and pretending that it's our humor aside. Back to the game.
So she's like awkwardly laying there, just like, hey,
Yeah.
so like, I'm uncomfortable, cause like, I normally sleep naked.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to make you uncomfortable though. So I just want to know where the line is with that.
Here's me quoting John Mulaney. Undress to your comfort. David just like staring at you for a bit, not knowing what to say, just like, whatever makes you feel comfortable, babe.
Oh, that's weird.
Babe,
Babe.
You know what, sweetie? You do
oh
you.
my god! I'm gonna get naked.
Have fun.
Okay, cool.
I'm just gonna sleep fully clothed.
Okay. She's gonna get naked and hug you.
There it is. And then they sleep.
And then they sleep. And then they sleep.
Are we gonna go to sleep, or am I going to continue listening to my girlfriend D&D seduce a person well beyond where most people cut off these things?
I was trying!
I know you were.
Going!
Okay, so basically, we do the same thing we do when we're leaving the forest, except we go to the dangerous part of the forest instead of leaving the forest. We're gonna follow a pathway that leads to a big old shrine, and then use this to teleport to the sanctum. Except I don't want to go all the way there, so I'm only gonna get you to the path. Eventually, you guys come to this fairly like simple looking shrine. It's elevated by about like 5 feet with a little stairway leading up to it. It looks like a very large gazebo for the most part, with this this little column in the middle that has a bunch of different symbols on it with writing you don't recognize, that Briar just seems to walk up to, holds the talisman over, and then he like moves the talisman to one specific set of symbols. It seems to indicate where he wants to go. Okay, so we're gonna go through what's called a nightway, which is like a path made from magical darkness, and I'm gonna be quite frank with you. It is the scariest thing you will ever experience in your life. Please try not to scream, and I'm sorry if I scream. Are you guys ready, my ancient friends? A lot of you catch a glimpse once again of an elderly man, seemingly just standing there looking at the lot of you. Ashy hair, carrying a staff, one hand in his pocket, seems to have this very neutral expression. As you guys see him, he seems to notice that you saw him as well, and obviously two of you recognize this is the same man you saw before. And he just nods at the lot of you as the shell completes itself. But as soon as you guys land and everything starts to like fade back in, you just hear this very quiet, building, constant sound.
Oh my god, yes,
You just see, like, long after landing, Briar's just there with his arms up, just
I will smack him.
There's a part of Malachus is annoyed by this, and there's another part of him like, you broke the tension, thank you.
He, like, hits the ground. Am I dead? Did it get me this time?
You're dead, Brian.
Oh no! Why are you here?
Because I'm also dead.
At least I get to spend the afterlife with my best friends. He wraps his arms around your waist.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, first off, don't know you.
David, it is an honor that I will get to be hunted eternally by Alquam with you at my side.
Yeah, no problem, mate. Real quick, I lied. I'm sorry. We're not dead. You're alive.
Yeah, we're fine, Briar.
I don't get to spend eternity with all of you.
Has anyone told you how soft you are?
Yeah, I told him.
You got nice pants.
Ridiculous. Thank you.
See what's under him.
Shut up.
This is the game now.
Probably got like nice underwear. That area, I should warn you, everything in the sanctum is closer to Alquam's, his domain in the reverse side of the world.
We should probably start to get going.
Mm-hmm.
Hugs, Briar.
Oh, so hugs, Briar.
Goodbye,
Briar.
goodbye forever.
Eric, Briar's here.
Oh shit!
Goodbye.
This is my giant birdman. He will now lead you through this one.
He can fly over the wall for some.
Hey, hi, follow me to the mist. It's totally safe.
Oh, jeez, have I been saying Briar this whole time? No, sorry. Yeah, this is my brother, Grier.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
What have I been saying?
To us about your brother's name for like.
I wouldn't call it a lie, it's an oversight. B's and G's, like, burger, they sound the fucking same.
No, they do not.
Like not even
Want
kind
some
of.
banana bread?
Want some banana bread?
Banana bread.
You want some banana?
I like banana.
Well, in the Adelian alphabet, they sound the same. So.
Oh, okay, Briar. Fuck!
See?
Yeah! Yeah! Moving forward takes you about another 15 minutes. You guys do eventually come to this this actually ridiculously high wall. It goes up about 300 feet. It heads up to a point where you actually can't see beyond it. As you guys come to it, you do see in the distance there is a pretty large passageway right through the middle of it. Outside of it, there appear to be some like barrels and crates. But there is a large passageway, and in the center of the passageway, yes, Gary?
I didn't say anything.
What are you laughing at?
Large passageway.
Is that all it takes with you?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Can you really say you're surprised?
She's a menace.
Weirdly, I am. So I'm gonna move you up to there.
Okay.
As you sprint and rush by it, as soon as you enter into that area, you do notice that the flickering lights, several of the eyes on the walls that are in there, do seem to take on this kind of bright, almost heavenly glow, like very soft ones. Some of the kind of more average-sized ones, like manhole cover-sized eyes on the walls. The inside, the pupils, glows brightly, but then the glow turns this dark, cold blue. As it does, there's a brief flash from the pit, and it does burst out, but though you're expecting an explosion, what comes out of there is, I'd like you to roll me an acrobatics or athletics check.
This is gonna be interesting. Can I take a 27?
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, how do you... Yes!
Oh!
So you still lost.
What?
Oh no!
Oh, jeez.
What bursts out of there, like there's a blast and the coal goes everywhere, you ready yourself from an explosion. This large armored arm emerges as this flash of fire seems to take the form of this dark-looking knight that seems to have like cinders coming out from its armor, and it reaches forward and grabs you over your face and throat and slams you into the ground, knocking you prone.
I'm glad I went forward, because it's something that beats a 27. I'm glad
This is what knocks you down.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah, never mind.
It brings up this fiery great sword, brings it down on you. It attacks, it has advantage, and it misses? Oh my god, your AC is so ridiculous.
I have a 27 right now, dude.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
I have.
Here's the
because of
thing. No.
Huh?
You have a 29 right now.
oh.
Your
wow,
ring
that
is
doesn't
not again, the ring parses in as an effect, not as part of your sheet. You are like nigh untouchable.
Oh,
Dude.
gross.
It brings it down, it pierces through the cocoon of blades with its sword, striking into the ground next to you. As soon as you see some of them start to move from the inside, you roll in the limited space you have, preventing it from hitting you. This thing looks to the rest of you, just like leans over and lets out this fairly humanoid but distorted yell. Just leans over and just until like turns upwards to the sky. It echoes outwards and it lifts off the ground slightly. And DBZ soars towards. I'm gonna have to roll a D100 for one of you.
What the fuck?
And DBZ soars towards Diane!
Oh, shit!
It like clenches its fist and fire builds up in it. Its gauntlet seems to take on this hot look as if it's like just been forged. And this ball of fire appears, which it throws ahead of itself.
Fuck off, you oversized tin can!
It casts this thing at you. And, oh, big miss! However, it still flies towards you after that and misses, and it's going to try to bring its sword down on you. It swings.
I'm not a hard person to hit. I got a 16 AC. Come on.
Yep, it's true. It strikes you. Bam! You take 23 damage from the attack as it cuts into you.
Yeah, it wasn't necrotic or radiant.
It was, you resisted the necrotic damage. One of them leaps off the top over where you are.
Ah! Hello!
Yeah, down towards you. As it hits you, as it leaps, it's going to force you to make a strength save to possibly knock you prone.
Fuck! Okay.
You beat it, so you're not knocked prone.
Yeah, oh, wow.
This thing
Oh,
leaps
the
down and
God!
hits you. You manage to brace yourself. You bring up your staff and hit it and push it to the side as it does. But it does come at you with a claw attack, so here it comes. And it does a really bad job. So, David, you're going to need to make another one of those. You failed.
There it goes.
As another one jumps off.
Another one!
Oh god!
This one has knocked you prone. This one, it comes down and it hits you as you're distracted by the other one, pins you to the ground. Fingers coming out of places fingers shouldn't be. Hold you down. As
For those that don't know, I'm currently doing a dance.
it tries to bite into you. You bring up the staff and you, like, bar its teeth, its mouth with
Oh,
it.
Jesus!
It
okay.
snarls, drool dripping down on you as it's trying to bite you, like gnashing on the packed staff.
No, I'm fine, honey! Don't worry about me!
Leave him! Just save the stubborn asshole! Bye, David!
Target that boy.
Hey, boop.
Yep. Then I want to throw a debilitating bomb at that big boy that's attacking Diane. Because I have faith in my boy.
All right.
I think he's fine. I'm like, babe, you got this! You got this, babe!
Definitely! Goodbye!
All right, so go. You hit.
Maybe?
20 hit.
Ha!
Yep, and you get your normal damage. So go ahead and.
Stamp him.
Yep, go ahead.
Well, bite!
It's
That's
good.
not bad.
It's good damage too. I'd like to remind you, by the way, that you do have the ability at your current level to throw 2 bombs, but they have disadvantage.
They have
Also,
disadvantage.
you should type it.
What?
Oh yeah, you
Don't
didn't
you
give it a
type your
type.
damage?
You forgot to give it a type. However, remember to
Okay.
do that from now on. He says for the 8th time.
I know. There's a lot with these bombs. My boyfriend's getting attacked, okay?
Oh jeez, this is what you are now.
And you're not.
This is what I am now.
Oh god, let's kill Isla and David.
I need to kill Isla. That's the actual one true timeline.
Yay!
Jeez.
All
Kill
the creatures decide to attack Isla now.
Everything looks at Isla. The one that's on Malclips looks at Isla. Like, they all rush to beat her. The eye floats over to her and just starts, like, bapping her with its body. Just,
David just looks at her and is like, "No, you got this, babe."
I
Like,
know
out
you
of
got this, right?
vengeance.
I think she's got a plan here.
all right. Bap, another eye pops out.
Yeah, it's alright.
Oh, fuck.
See it. You hear as one of these things snarls and lunges off the wall behind you towards you, falling out of the darkness. Quunk. That's the sound it makes. It goes quunk.
That's in front of
Quack.
me.
It's
There are
true.
so many things, Logan.
It's true. There are many, many things. It's going to try to bite into you with consumed flesh. There it goes. So it
Yeah.
tries to bite into you, and it does not manage to hit you, because even though it has you pinned to the ground, it like snaps at the side of your head, thinking your head is there, and manages to miss. Then another one leaps down!
It's me and you!
And it also misses! Sun Archer.
Oh,
Okay.
Help!
Help!
Hang out with
She
me.
is going to take out 4 arrows. Again, these spear-like arrows. As she does, she aims them upwards. She's also going to, because Suzume is present and has taken action in battle, she's going to be able to activate God-Slaying Priestess. So, let's see. Those are all hits.
hell yeah.
Hell the fuck yeah.
Damn right.
Get it, girl.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Thank
Awesome!
God!
All right.
Thank you very much.
So, Ian,
Yes.
Oh.
grr. Another one leaps down out of the darkness.
How many of these things are there?
It hit you!
Oh my god.
You're like, thank you. This thing, you look up and see another one dive out of the darkness, like a Five Nights at Freddy freaking jump scare. And she fires an arrow at that thing. Nat 20s. Let's roll the server critical table just for laughs. What is... Oh, she got something.
Oh, she got something.
Widespread fear. All creatures that can see the action must succeed a DC 20 wisdom save or be frightened of Sorsha.
Ooh.
Cool. So, did somebody order food?
Nope.
Well,
Negative.
the night seems to slow down a bit after that eye is destroyed.
Okay.
Oh.
Excellent.
Yeah, see?
That's-
See,
okay.
I'm helping you, Diane!
Well, thank you, God. I can never tell with you, Christ.
Yeah, totally meant to help. Alright,
Wait, what happened to your accent? Jeez.
don't worry about it.
So, David.
Yeah?
Another one leaps down from the darkness! Strike save!
Oh shit.
You fail! And it rolls to attack. It hits you. It does some piercing
Ow.
damage to you. And then I'm going to roll a con save on you. You Nat19.
Hey!
Bow, 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 bow.
You okay, David?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Cool. All right, let's get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Diane?
Help.
She's just looking. Help. Help me.
Help. Help.
Please.
Help. Help. Help.
Will
Help.
be good.
Cutting words, that motherfucker.
Okay, go ahead.
You keep the hell away from me. You over.
Go ahead.
And
You
Cutting.
over.
Fucking cutting.
Tries to bring a great sword down on you. Oh, such a miss.
Back
You
here.
use cutting words, you insult it. Okay, he's going to fly straight up by 30 feet, looms in the air. He is seriously just a DBZ character. This cape of fire billows out from behind it and spreads out like wings as soon as it's in the air. Builds up a bolt of fire, throws it at the Diane. Nat ones.
Dude! I am Diane fucking Winters. You can't do jack shit.
Why not thunder again?
Alright, let's try thunder in him again.
Okay.
No, that's wrong. You apply it to
What did I do?
yourself.
Really? Oh, I applied it to myself? Okay.
Yeah, just click it.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Now
And
roll
he's
damage.
just like, I have the power of thunder!
Okay, cool.
You're no longer my favorite child.
The concussive force of this attack causes it to be blinded. Part of its helmet buckles and bends under the force of the blast, causing it to bend over where its eyes should be. You were definitely going to destroy the 4 hit points it had left.
Yeah.
So, David, how do you want to do this?
Awesome. David will take the quarterstaff and just fire at its blind spot and just destroy the helmet that it had.
As the helmet is destroyed and blasted off its head, what would be skin just is reduced to embers, and the whole thing slowly starts to fall, the cinders draining out of its body like the fire dying down. By the time it hits the body, it's just several pieces of old armor that look like they'd been kindling in a fire that hit the ground and spread out, and themselves just dissolve into piles of ash.
Diane's gonna run over and start kicking at the pile of ash.
Oh.
As you do,
Oh no!
as you do, Diane, just for the sake of brevity, as you get over there and you start kicking this thing, get over there, Diane. There you go.
I said I did it, so.
This boy leaps down from the dark that had previously been there. As it approaches you and almost grabs you, an arrow flies through the air, catches it, and hurls it off, carrying it into the forest.
Come on.
You guys, there's this huge gust of wind, and you hear trees cracking and moving. 1 sec. Gio's really dramatic moment with noises.
Duncan, what do you think Adelia is?
Hope. As he says that, a large shadow descends behind Lancer and looms over, wings spread wide over the entirety of the area.
Oh no!
Go.
Duncan. You see an uncharacteristic smile from him, and you see his eyes like dart back towards Alquam, and then back to you. Then let's settle this. And let's decide here and now what path Adelia's going to take! Goodbye, Mask!
I'm going to shoot the fucking giant demon owl.
Wow.
That's the fair
That is
thing
a
to do. Alright,
That is such a shock.
go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. That absolutely hits.
Yeah.
Okay, you fire your gun at it. It hits. It deals full damage, striking Alquam. Alquam lets out another cry into the area as it's hit. A giant echoing cry.
Nice and done, buddy.
Roars like a Tyrannosaurus from Jurassic Park.
Archer!
You turn to Commander to attack. You see she's already got an arrow knocked. Fires an attack. Foresight still on. Nat20s! Serving critical table! Doesn't get an extra effect. Deals damage. Fires an arrow. It hits and collides. It lets out this explosive blast, dealing 22 damage to Alquam as it hits. All you want to do is shoot the bird.
And in the last bit of my turn,
That's fair.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to have to, let's see, you guys are going to have to make strength saves on your turn.
good.
So
Oh,
good
wonderful.
at those.
We're all good at those.
And
I'm
let's
sure.
just, it suffices to say the range is where you are.
Ah!
So we're dead, I see.
Yeah, the suffices to
Take it all back. Who's
say
the first to die? Take it all back.
that is the range
David.
that
I
will
don't like that.
excluding Duncan and Alquam and Lancer. Enjoy that. Ian! You can't do anything!
Yay!
Alquam is going to burn all of their legendary actions to cast a spell.
Ah!
Oh dear.
I don't like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's 7 of you, which is very lucky because she can hit up to 8 people with Starfall.
Oh!
Oh no.
Fucking you just hear, hey Ian, remember this.
That's not Alquam's voice.
Alquam can sound like whatever Alquam wants to sound like. Like it's just,
It's been super nice playing with you all.
Yeah, I know. I love you guys. Here we go, Death.
oh jeez.
Oh, this is
Oh,
bad.
God!
You're all gonna take 15 damage from it. So that's that, then it's Alquam's actual turn. Alquam is going to take a dive forward to about here. A Talon is going to be going at Isla, thunk. And misses. A Wing is going to be going at Ian. The Wing comes down. A terrible roll, misses. And then a
Now
bite.
she's gonna crit on David.
Then a bite is gonna come down on David. That's a hit.
I'm going to bring out my weapon. I'm going to run basically as fast as I can to get behind him, and I would like to basically hold the blade up to his back. And as I do, I don't know who you are. All I know is I've killed many men like you. I don't know what your plan is. But if you can, release Lancer! Otherwise, you're just a hindrance.
He doesn't respond to you.
Then I will stab.
As you go to do that, he spins the scythe around reactively, and you see this starry pattern that does not seem to do anything to you, but you see his eyes quickly darting across these like starlight patterns. He casts something. You would have absolutely no idea what it is.
I think that I should have a chance.
All right.
I had advantage on that
Mm-hmm. I'll-
apparently.
you've heard of this spell. Sometimes it's been referred to
With a
as
negative 86?
Sometimes it's been occasionally referred to as magic missile.
Ah! I see. I continue to stab.
So as he sees, he takes a look at these starry patterns, and he seems to glean something from it, then looks up at you, and as you're about to hit him, he just utters, "I've read your movements. Try it."
So...
You did hit. So, you know, the +2 AC that gives him really doesn't... it doesn't massively compete.
I've read your movements.
I've read your movements. Oh, they're so fast! Fuck! Oh, they're really fast! Oh, I didn't say I had the ability to keep up with them. Oh, why am I Duncan? Alright, you slash him, it cuts him. Yeah, it does full damage to him. He seems hurt by it. He got other benefits from the thing that he just did, mind you. Oh, shit. That's a lot of Duncan damage. Get dunked on.
I will not hesitate, Duncan! Oh my god.
I won't hesitate, bitch!
So, Archer's turn.
Until that bird comes back down, he's my #1 target.
Come on, Archer, you have foresight. Do something cool.
Come on, Archer!
Come on, Archer!
Finally. Enough space to use my noble phantasm. You see mana build up around her, and this large magic circle filled with Japanese symbols appears in front of her. She fires the arrow through it. As she does, a shockwave emanates out from where she is that causes, like, you guys feel the kickback from down there. It flies through the air, slightly out beyond Alquam. Like, it seems to whiz by Alquam's head. And then it goes about another 30 feet or so, and the arrow has this glow around it that just compresses, implodes, and it detonates out in this massive flash of radiant energy. It looks like somebody tried to carpet bomb that area of the sky. For a second, everything's lit up like there's a sun. Gunpei, silence. Prayers of the slain. And Alquam has to roll a dex save. Roll your dex save, Alquam. You failed! Yeah! I'm so proud of you!
Oh!
Alquam is going to fall down from the sky and hit the ground. Incapacitated and stunned until its next round.
Yeah!
Oh, shit.
Yes!
Yeah.
13, 14, bam! And 54 falling damage.
Oh,
Nice.
shit.
Those were high. Jeez. Slams into the ground, letting out a pained caca. Please carry. Okay. Maybe more energy next time, but I accept that.
All right.
Thank you. So, Ian, it would be your turn, but Duncan's gonna take a legendary action.
Oh, you got...
Buttface.
Oh, come on.
What an asshole. Okay, Duncan. You Nat1. We need to have... he tries to reach out to Alquam for energy for his spell, and Alquam gives him a busy signal. She's currently dealing with something. And Ian, your turn.
Duncan, you having problems there?
She gives him, like, the AOL dial-up noise.
Oh my god. From her beak.
Yeah.
Incapacitation only makes it so you can't take actions or reactions. It doesn't interact with attack rolls.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So no
Stunned,
matter
however, I think, does stunned? I don't know if stunned does. Stunned! Attack rolls against this creature have advantage. So, yeah, literally, because of it's stunned and prone, your ranged attacks would just be straight from where you are. Which isn't good!
Gotcha.
It's not straight Pride Month! You can't roll straight! Alquam begins... You guys hear these mutterings coming from everywhere that sound like a variety of different voices. You see this, you see it... magical dark symbols like cover Alquam's body, and their eyes glow a bright yellow. You don't know what this is. I'd like the mages in the group to roll me Arcana for this specific type of
Sorry, Malaclips.
the specific types. Okay, cool. All right, good, John. All right, neat. with a specific type of chant that it's doing. 919! Bow, 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 bow! Nice! Good job! And for the first time, you see up in the sky within this forest the moon breaking through the darkness up above as if it's allowing it. Alquam silhouetted against the moon. Also casts Circle of Death on everything in that area, including Duncan and the Avatar.
Oh, fun.
Oh my god, dude.
The amount that Alquam doesn't give a fuck about them is ridiculous. Alright. Boom!
Well,
I'm alive!
Cast Circle of Death. A wave of necrotic energy blasts out. Kabam!
okay. I'm gonna try to bomb this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
How close am I to her? I need to back up, right?
It's 100 feet in the air, by the way.
She's 100 feet in the air.
Ah, fuck! She's out of my range.
Yep. Try to bomb him.
I don't want to bomb him.
Why? He's hurting your friend Malaclips.
Actually, that's fucking fair. All right, let's try to bomb that.
You don't know him.
I don't know you. Okay. I'm gonna try to get this boy. Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You see, you still poison them. Okay, I'm just gonna come out right out and say it and stop being fucking coy. Aaron, your boy just did something amazing. So, you throw the bomb at him, and it does, like, detonate, like, as it flies. The Avatar reaches out and grabs the vial in the air, and then punches their hand into the ground, burying it. The blast happens, but no damage goes through. The mist from it does cause poison.
At least he's bored.
Aaron, I just Stone's Endurance and exactly negated that bomb. That's hardcore.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Take that, stranger.
Take that, guy.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
What a weird guy, am I right?
What a weird guy.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with thing.
Sweet. You get him.
So it lands in front of you guys, being all dramatic. Duncan up there is gonna call down to the lot of you. Alquam's decided to take this to their side of the world. Humans can't survive there long. It's a place that will resemble what Alquam wants to turn the world into. Be ready for it. For something. He takes out something that is equivalent in size, roughly, to the scythe, or a javelin, but is wrapped up in this, like, ceremonial cloth with all sorts of seals on it. And then he teleports, and he disappears.
Oh, you bastard! Come back!
No!
Everything goes completely dark. There's no sound, no nothing. Something about the quality of where you are, it's like the darkness is a solid factor in the air. You guys end up in a space devoid of sound, devoid of light. You hear, the only sound you can make out is the occasional creaking of distant wood. It sounds like distorted, like swinging on a tree, just creaking. You guys stay within this silence for a few moments, and you hear a crow call out, piercing through the silence. Silence. So David, out of the darkness, you can only see them once they're within like a couple feet of you, but there's this swoosh, this sudden flutter of feathers behind you. You turn to see it, and you see what looks like in the darkness, the armor of the Avatar of Alquam coming at you, attacking you in the darkness.
Oh, fuck!
It goes for the attack, and it misses entirely. As it does, as it like swings at you, it's gonna stay within range that you can still see it. Diane.
Yeah?
You hear their voices, and then you just hear a whisper. that seems to be coming from behind you at first and rotates around you as if it's someone's walking behind you very slowly. You hear Duncan's voice. This place is an approximation of Alquam's lair in the world it comes from. A stone forest of endless darkness, where it can hunt confused and frightened prey. This is what it would reduce the world to. This is why my kind exists too. Nothing human can see here. Our only purpose is to be hunted.
In this moment, I really don't like Duncan.
And you just hear a very faint, the only way to see here. And you see this brief crackle of what looks like electricity. And Duncan's face against it, and then it disappears. Would require the aid of a god.
Is someone there? Hello? Isla?
Oh, jeez. Finn? Okay, I'm sorry to distract you for a second, but Finn just did something hilarious.
Oh no.
He donated $100.
Whoa!
And then said, I give 100 die to the players evenly. Any remainder goes to the blanket fort. Then in parentheses, what do you mean I can't give dice anymore? I vote we fire whoever decided that. Let chat control the game. Anarchy shall rule. You cannot silence the power of our money!
He's right. Yeah.
That's right, you know.
What a fucking
Anarchy.
throwback. So, Ian,
I have can't.
as you call out to the area, you feel it coming from in front of you and like walking up to the side of you, you also hear Duncan's voice.
Oh.
The darkness here is deep. Different in nature from that of our world. Only beings like Alquam could break through it. And once, there was a particular being that took issue with it. But only those of a particular bloodline could have drawn upon the power of that being. And the last of that bloodline died with Adelia. You also see a crackle of electricity, and you see, faintly Duncan holding something. It looks like the lance-like thing that he'd been holding before. The cloth around it seems to be unfurling slightly, but again, it's only a momentary crackle, and it's gone, and you're back in complete darkness. Alright, then David, it's your turn.
I'm being attacked.
You are being attacked.
And no one's coming.
You hear Duncan's voice. However, that blood... Oh, sorry, you're busy with something here. I'll bother someone else.
No, wait, hold on!
So, Jean, somewhere off to your general left, like your 10:30, you hear the voice of Diane.
Let's not all clump up together, though.
Fuck you, I'm clumping.
Okay.
Clump! I'm a clump!
Is that,
I'm not so clump.
And this is how Clump.
Oh no! Oh no! No!
Oh my! Alquam's gonna go ahead and go for an attack. But on who? I hear you all
Bring it on,
ask in
bird.
your tiny, scared voices.
Bring it on, bird.
David, you hear a crash as something lands near you.
Oh, you've got to be
You
shitting
see
me.
giant feathered wings stretch out to either side. Here comes a bite.
Yay.
That's a hit. So,
Yeah.
here's a bite, and just FYI, Alquam does more damage to blinded things.
Oh, cool.
Oh no!
So, it bites into you. You take, 33 damage.
Oh no!
It's gonna go for a talon. It hits you. Your concentration remains.
Cool.
It's gonna go for a wing. Why even have a mirror image at this point?
Why even have a mirror image? It's fine.
And unfortunately, it hits you. Your concentration has expired on mental prison. It takes off into the air again, and as it does, you hear the flapping of wings and the rustling of feathers and a very loud caw, predatory caw, and then relatively quickly, it just seems to disappear back into the silence.
You're like fucking David and Diane, John.
You run across a material that feels like stone. You run your full 60 feet. David, roll me a perception check real quick.
David, what the actual fuck?
I got a 17 though.
But look at those 2 ones!
You hear Isla's
I
voice,
am
but can't
not
tell
this
what
game.
direction. Isla, you run the full 60 feet. You find yourself at the very end of that 60 feet. You get caught up in this very dead, almost petrified-looking tree.
I can't exactly fucking yell like, I found a tree! Find a tree! Because who's to say if it's the same fucking one?
Cool, I found an Alquam.
I
I found an Alquam! Find an Alquam!
Alquam.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. No one claps. That's fair.
That's fair. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Nothing. Yeah, me too.
You're funny, David!
You see another flash. You see a figure holding what appears to be a, what looks like a large spear initially, but the form of the person is much too large to be Duncan. Just like with this scythe of mine. A fragment of the Lord of Lightning Kieran's soul was turned into a weapon. One that was retrieved. And you guys see at this point a constant burst of like lightning flashes around the area, illuminating things. At this point, I'm going to give you guys a map. Both the bloodline that could wield it was lost, and the weapon was broken in the battle for Adelia. But I secured it from the body of Ferris and repaired it. It's the only thing that could pierce through the darkness here. You guys at this point see Duncan standing adjacent to another figure in the center. You guys see what appears to be a robed, very large half-orc holding a trident that Ferris had once held, generating this lightning storm breaking down around everyone. Luckily for us, that bloodline was preserved as one of Alquam's revenants, and so the spear can still tap into that fragment of Kieran's soul. At this point, sight is returned to the lot of you as a lightning storm builds up overhead, the moon silhouetting things you guys can see again properly. So, make our final stand here, I suppose. I'm sorry that you've all have had to suffer so much because of my indecision. I'm so sorry that everybody's had to go through what they have, because I wanted to hang on to Adelia. Adelia's people are willing to move on, and frankly, so am I! Takes out the scythe and spins it. I'm tired of playing at being some kind of savior! Aims it at Alquam. So take this thing down! Making sure the right attributes are present.
I think that would be for the best.
Thank you. Alquam has provided us with the tools for its own undoing. Let's use them. This is for Archer.
Oh, God!
Twins! Gael!
Yeah.
Just throwing that at you.
I'm like right next to him now.
Great. Now I have to kill Ian and Ilo because they saw Gael later than I did.
Shit.
I wanna think you just like
Come over to David.
you just come over to David, just like, here, drink the.
Oh God! Oh, I hit Gael. Oh God!
You know this guy?
I threw a javelin at him. Oh God!
What have I done?
Yeah, I've been kicking his ass. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Alquam's gonna take legendary action. Alquam is no longer playing around, having had 2 turns of hunting. Alquam is... I forgot to use that earlier. Alquam is gonna go ahead and use Starfall again.
God.
Well,
And target all non-allies, which is, you know, everyone.
Is it gonna parse in, or should I hit ADV?
It should parse in. We'll see.
Okay. Hi! Good job, everyone. Except...
Ian!
Oh I should see this coming. Like, come on, you know how this spell works.
Sweet summer child, no!
Well,
Ian, watch out! Remember that spell!
like he fucking distracts me and I get fucking nailed.
Duncan, what?
And I pull out my gun, you see.
And I pull out my gun!
And I pull out my gun.
All right. Take the
Is my
shot.
revolver targeting Alquam, Lord of Darkness.
Alquam, Lord of Darkness. More like Alquam, Lord of Butts. Yeah, that's a damage you just did. It takes 20 damage, you fire it. It staggers in the air as the bullet passes through it.
Bip.
Oh, it's one away!
Man.
Damn.
Wow.
And bip.
All right. You fire it, you deal 42 damage to it, all of which goes through. Oh, it's not looking good. Duncan's gonna, like, turn towards you and call out, Gael! As you turn. And I can't put it on your sheet because of, it's not technically an item. You hear a whooshing sound, reach your hand up, and you instinctively catch his scythe as he's thrown it at you.
Oh.
Go finish him.
He gonna take off.
Take of opportunity! Fucking get it!
Take this! I don't know you! That's my purse! I don't know you!
Duncan, he stole your scythe! I'll get him!
David, read the room.
Duncan is not capable of doing all that much because of the situation, so he is going to remain here. He's going to try to generate a spell slot, but he's going to be rolling this with disadvantage on account of, you know, where it's coming from.
The magic.
Oh, now! Now, Duncan! Now! Really? So, when I said that he's not going to be doing very much, so what do we do with this 9th level spell slot?
What a spicy boy.
Finger
Spicy boy.
Alright. I can't believe now, with disadvantage, he got a fucking 19 on that.
I'm so proud of him.
This is just, like, objective proof that Alquam is bad juju. Like,
Did he roll
Yeah.
2 19s?
he
or
rolled a
did he roll
20 and a
20 then?
19.
Oh,
That's somehow more disappointing.
That's Alquam.
Da-da-da-da-da.
So I guess let's go for some attacks.
Alright.
First, Attic. Meh.
That's a hit.
You rolled an 8 and got a 30.
Oh my god.
God damn.
You fire at it, you hit it, that takes the damage.
Second attack.
Oh, you hit. And damage.
Action surge.
Oh.
Does action surge give me my multi attack?
It gives you your multi-attack, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be super useful for fighters who...
Third attack.
Basically, the whole point of a fighter is their action economy.
It's true.
Bam.
I don't get my hasted attack back, do I?
No.
No.
Damn.
That'd be nutty.
That'd be crazy.
And final attack. Please be a 19 already. Yeah!
Alright. So, it looks like for this one, it'll be just a normal critical.
That's fine.
The point is you got a critical.
I want to see these dice fly!
Do it!
Oh! I can't believe Alquam's dead.
So you hit it. It lets out a cry and hangs in the air. As this happens,
This is my job!
everything around you guys flickers for a second, as if the reality marble is destabilized. That, like, Alquam's eyes seem to go dead. You can't see the glow anymore. But after a moment, the eyes seem to light up again, with renewed hatred for the lot of you. It is not dead. But Gael, how would you like to do this?
Oh!
Oh,
What?
I know you can move fast enough. I've seen it.
Gael's wings furl open and the scythe comes up as he rushes up, and as Alquam falls down to the ground, there's just this clean slice through the air, leaving this silvery after image as the impact on the ground leaves Alquam fully intact. Slowly, Alquam's head falls off to the side.
As Alquam's body hits the ground, Duncan just turns and starts walking in the other direction as the reality marble falls apart and fades away.
I told you I'd kill you, monster.
And my friends,
Yeah.
that's where we're going to end the game for today. So, people at home, I think it's time that we head out.
We love you, but we gotta go.
Yeah, I got a sex quesadilla to get to.
Bye-bye.
Ooh.
Oh,
Good night.
thank you for joining
Bye,
us.
we love you.
Goodbye.